When you are someone who goes through your shadow work, who has realized that the best way for you to work on yourself is alone, you may be a lot for people to digest because they haven't digested that depth of themselves. And you can only give what you've already have. You can only pour from cups that are already full. And people say don't pour from an empty cup. And that's absolutely, or a less than full cup. And that's absolutely true. But the thing is, you cannot pour from an empty cup. Pause for a second. Think about that and feel it. There's nothing wrong with having an empty cup if you have a cup. Because what that tells the universe is that you are prepared to take a drink. If you have a cup, it can be empty. You can be learning. And it be perfectly fine because the universe will fill that cup for you. But you have to realize, you have to embody, you have to be okay with, you have to accept that the cup is empty. We have these idioms. It's like, see the cup as half. How do they see the cup? Do you see they have cup as half full or half empty? And while sometimes that applies, there are times when you have to see, you have to know, and you have to embody that you have an empty cup. And that's a space many times to be grateful. It's okay that your cup not runneth over, because when you have faith that you will wake up tomorrow, that you're chosen. Everybody's like, chosen one, chosen one, chosen one. You have to remember, if you wake up this morning, I dropped my kiddo off, and me and the staff were having a conversation, because I like to know the people who are going to be around my child. I like to have relationships with them because I need to know what he's reflecting to me when I'm confused, right? Because as far as his life goes, I received my cup when I realized that I was pregnant. Now, most people will say you receive your cup when you realize that when you have birth, when you give birth. You receive your cup when you realize that you are pregnant. I just heard this little meme. I don't even remember what it is, but it's like pregnant. And it's not always a physical human baby. Sometimes it's a spirit baby. Sometimes it's a creativity baby. Sometimes it's a new you. But all of these are our children. These are the things that we are able to birth into this world. And when we have the faith that we will wake up tomorrow, because we are chosen to do so by God, by the universe, by your ancestors, by your deities, by the earth itself, by the cosmos, by the plan that you chose to align with as a soul in a human body. When you wake up, you are presented with a partially full cup. You have your home, you have yourself, you have clothes that you have the food that you have the people that you have the neighborhood that you have the vehicle that you have or have not, you have the, all of these are haves or have nots. And even the haves, if they're done purely based off of societal shoulds, then those cups aren't as full. Once a cup is full, there's a space of, I want to say, contentment. But there are times when you are birthing something that the cup is empty. It's just the cup. And that's amazing because you've accepted this new receptacle to drink from. And when you allow yourself to, on all regards, aim for an alignment to uncover that cup, right? Think about like the cups in a hotel, or like, yeah, the cups in the hotel in your room that have the plastic around them. You wake up or you come into the room and you receive that cup. If you want a cup of coffee, you need to take it out of the package. And then you need to create and make the coffee. The coffee, as it is normally in just a little package all over the world. It's in a little package and it's waiting for you to get the water and pour the water into where it needs to be and place the coffee into where it needs to be and allow those things time and heat and generation and transmutation to create you a cup of coffee. So having that empty cup is a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. We have to have discernment about the things that we allow to fill our cups. And understand that you are the observer of the cup. You're not the cup. You receive the cup because you are the observer of the cup. You manifested the cup when you rented the room. So if you, well, this analogy is just packing on as I'm talking. If you are going somewhere and you rent a room based on familiarity, and you have, say you go somewhere, it's fabulous, and then you go somewhere else, or you go back to the same place, but you're now with someone else. And I've had this happen in restaurants. I've had this happen on vacations. I've had this happen in stores. Right? You go somewhere, you absolutely love it. And when you engage with someone who you love in any type of way. This doesn't have to be romantic. It could be romantic. It could be friendship-wise, any of those things, right? The universe will always ping back to you resonance or dissonance. It just will. Either it's gonna be on frequency or it's not. Either it's going to be within your galaxy or it's not. Either it's going to be on your planet or it's not. In your on your continent or not. In your country or not. Speak your language or not. Look like you or not. Resonance or dissonance. Dissonance is not always bad. Dissonance sometimes is like the empty cup. Sometimes it's a place to learn and grow. And then other times, dissonance is sucrose. It's red dye 40. It's trash. It's trash. If you have an empty cup and you are filling your cup with wonderful, clear water or whatever brings you joy, right? A nice, delicious cup of coffee. You're filling your cup with a local brewed beer, whatever, right? But you're filling it. And you're filling it with something that you know is going to bring you a level of love, a level of joy, a level of peace, a level of contentment, a level of resonance. Because sometimes the things you pour in are slightly dissonant, but you pour them in because the chemical reaction they will create is magnificent. But there can come a time, depending on whom you share your time and energy and space and active embodied love as opposed to passively embodied love. There comes a time when the things that are being poured into your cup are not the things that you are trying to put into your cup. It's the things that others are trying to put into your cup. And then you end up with a full cup. But this full cup has rocks in it. So it displaces the amount of space that you have for nourishment, for liquid sustenance of some kind, with a dense space holder, space user. It uses space within your cup that has finite space. Utilize your discernment. And when you notice there are rocks in your cup, take them out. Examine them. Sit them to the side. Put them in the light. Sit them in the sun. And see what they bring in. And if they happen to bring in the rock bearer. Utilize your discernment. Utilize your discernment. Gravitate towards the things that nourishingly fill your cup. Because every day you wake up, whether you identify as a chosen one or not, that's the thing. You don't have to. In the scheme of the order of the web of the universe, we wake up every morning and you know what the cosmos says? You gonna learn today. And if you don't, you go to bed and you wake up by no choice of your own because you're chosen. And you're chosen by something way higher than you. And it says, you're gonna learn today. So what are you learning? What lessons are you potentially bypassing? What fire starters are you ignoring the gaslight? What chaos squirrels are you ignoring dropping nuts? They're little crazy nuts in your cup. Pay attention. Pay attention, but pay attention from a place not of scarcity. Not of scarcity. You have empty cups, baby. All you gotta do is get them out the cabinet. All you gotta do is take them out the package. And when you feel like you've run out of cups, all you have to do is call room service. Pray. Meditate. Sit and think about what's next. Open your heart and live your life, because you're going to learn today every single time you wake up. Every single time. If you're paying attention, you'll learn. What you learn is dependent upon your perspective. Do you live your life from a place of empowered and embodied joy? Do you live your life from a place of empowered and embodied love? Do you live your life from a place of empowered and embodied sovereignty? Do you live your life from a place, and wait, I'm going to pause on the sovereignty, because I also want people to realize that there are 3 sides to every word, just like there are, actually I feel like there's 4, because there's the one side, there's the opposing side, there's dead center, and then there's the whole, which is a whole nother view. Shit, that took me off, Brand. That took me off. Spirit. Damn it. I don't know. I feel like that was a really important tangent that I just completed. And then I was trying to go back to what was before it, but now I can't remember. I don't know. But the perspective thing also brought me to, because I looked up at my return for service sticker and it has 797 on it. And I've been meaning to make a post about this for a while. I didn't want this to be a long video, so I'm gonna try to wrap it up soon. But what I was thinking, 797. So if you have resonated with angel numbers, I want you to pay attention to the things, numbers like 797, 414, the numbers where it's repeated on the ends but different in the middle. Yeah, because, and then look them up. There is a website that I really enjoy the breakdown of. What is it? Sacred something. Shoot, I can't remember now. It's late. Well, it's not late, but I'm tired. Today was such a good day, though. Today was such a beautiful day. It all just flowed. There were some moments, though. But I taught my first heated yoga class in years. And that felt so good to go back to doing something that I was doing like over a decade ago. And there was some glitches, but mainly with the heat, because I didn't realize that the air was on in the studio. So we pretty much stayed at about 75 degrees. But it's okay. Again, empty cup. We live, we learn, we fill our cups with the nourishment of our blessings and our lessons. And we just keep moving. And if you're moving with the faith that when you are content, your contentment is safe. And when you feel like there's better coming, more coming, you trust it and you move with ordered steps. You move with ordered steps. You use discernment in the be still and know. Like, you recognize when it's time to buy the water as opposed to drinking it out the tap. You recognize when it's which ones to purchase, you know? That's probably a poor example, but I was using the cup example. So I just said water. But like, even still, you be still and you know when it's good to just go and have the beer. And then you know when the beer is a distraction. Like, you know, and you have that discernment. Water, kombucha, juice, beer, whatever, smoothies. You have that discernment on what you want to fill your cup. Because it's yours. It's yours. Oh, I just realized that I have on this sweatshirt that says "Stay open to the universe." I just threw this on because I wanted something on my arms because I have on a tank top underneath this. But okay, now I'm just rambling. Keep your new cups open to the universe. Be mindful of when to pull them away from the faucets of others. Be mindful of when to cover it because someone's throwing rocks. And be mindful of when to hold it open to the sun because it's raining and it's being filled with the water and manna from heaven. That's all. That feels complete.